The video starts by rolling through the 10 status screens on the UC600 for the basement air handler. I just scroll through one at a time. When you get to screen 6, you'll be able to see that it's in, I'll wait till we get there, that it's in an unoccupied bypass mode where it feels like it's only being able to run because of the thermostat telling it. So there it is, occupied bypass in the top row middle column. And that seems odd. Later on I'll show you the screenshot where I go to the schedule view and it shows it for today, September 6th, from relatively early in the morning until noon. It's scheduled to be occupied. So I can't quite reconcile why it would be occupied bypass. The other thing that started this video was that when I came to Mass at 10:20, the priest let me know that at 9 in the morning it had shut off. So it feels like what happened was it was scheduled to come on at 7, and then 2 hours later at the end of a bypass it went off. He hit the bypass again at about 9:05, and later on at 11:05, exactly 2 hours later, it went off. These are just status shots for the return air CO2 level. Here's the important shot of the schedule showing that it's scheduled to be occupied. This is another click through the 10 screens at about 10:40. The good news is the work that we did to bump up the outside air CO2 level from 800 to 1,000 or 1,100, that worked fine, kept the outside air damper closed and kept things cool. Here we are on screen 6. Again, you can still see it in occupied bypass mode, and in about another 25 minutes the system went off. The fan shut off and we had to put it in bypass again from the thermostat to get it to turn back on. Just going through the final 2 screens, screen 9 and screen 10. Then some still shots. You can see the CO2 is at 806 above the old set point, at 837 above the old set point, but the outside air damper is still at 20%, which is its minimum position, so this fix seems to be working fine. This is a still shot of the thermostat. You can't really tell, it's blurry, but it went into an off. This is me back down in the mechanical room at 11:22 after we had put it back in bypass from a thermostat, and you'll see it has the same thing on screen 6, top row, middle column, occupied bypass. So the main question that we need addressed is, why would the calendar view show that it's scheduled to be occupied and it's not actually occupied? Even if someone had put the thermostat at 7 this morning into occupied bypass, at the end of that period, if it's scheduled to be occupied, I wouldn't expect it to go off. I would expect it to go from occupied bypass to then look at the schedule, see that it's supposed to be occupied, and keep running. Or at the very least, turn off for 60 seconds, and then after a cycle of refresh, go back to occupied and on. And it did not. It shut down and was going to stay off for a long time.